It's been a while since I've been here, but I've made my return to Wawa. I got a message from the app this morning because I have like 7 billion food apps that Wawa's Hoagiefest was back. I know it's been back for a while, but it just slipped my mind. So what Hoagiefest is you can get this whole gang of sandwiches for $6, and they also added a bunch of stuff to it. So there's like quesadillas now, chicken sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, and a bunch of other stuff that you can get. But I specifically, like Hoagiefest for me is about what I call sandwiches, but hoagies. You know, I get Wawa's, not from here. Call it what you want, but there's a whole bunch of different stuff from there, so I decided to do that. When I was looking at the menu, I'm taking you through how I ended up with all this damn stuff. I saw they had a new pizza. It's a hot honey pepperoni pizza, but what the hell? You figured why not? So I got the personal pan of that, and I ordered some fries because I wanted it to go with my sandwiches, both hot sandwiches. And I got that with the cheese sauce, but when I'm sitting there waiting for my food, I saw that the Hers contest winners for the last like 3 years are all here. So I ended up picking those up. So I ended up with 3 of these. I've had 2 of the 3. I never had the long hots one, but the stromboli and tomato pie I have. And believe it or not, I did the contest 2 years in a row, and those are the ones that I picked. So I'm glad that we got something going with that. This isn't for this video. The second channel, we've been doing some protein bar reviews, and this was like the 2 most popular brands. I have a video that should be out by now by the time you see this on Bear Bells, but there were 2 more flavors that I didn't get, so I got those and some Built Bars. So the second channel is more King Shrats for people who don't know. It's not just reviews, there's vlogs. I had like Coney Island vlog there the other day, some other stuff that I do just behind the scenes, and whatever I feel like doing that's outside of the food space or snacks. That's what's on the second channel. So the link for that is in the description. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's start unveiling some of these. Let's get the hot honey pizza going. They really, and I mean, I hope this doesn't fall, but they really loaded on the hot honey. Like, they were not playing. I thought it was gonna be like a drizzle, because a lot of times you get it from pizzerias, it's a drizzle. But let's get the pizza first before it gets cold. I know the personal pan for some people isn't as good as the regular one, but ordering a whole pizza for one person and then trying to figure out who's gonna eat the rest of it would be nuts. But there's another close-up of that pizza right here. I did the whole review. Halfway through it, my camera cut off. So I'm just gonna say what I said again, but I'm telling you right now, I'm just gonna get into this. I feel like I got lucky with this pizza. I know they make their pizzas to order. I don't know about the personal pan, but it feels like it because there's extra sauce on here, which is nuts because it never comes like that. There's a ton of hot honey, and the pepperoni is even cupped, which is rare. It's made well done the way that I like it. I'm not mad I have to eat another slice. I'm usually not a fan of their personal pan pizza compared to the regular one. I think they're better. But in this case, if they load up the hot honey on your pizza like this, it's well worth the $5 it costs to get it. I'm pretty sure the $5 is a promo, but if it's $5, this is totally worth it. Like, totally worth it. And it's probably the best Wawa variation I've had so far. They don't have a lot of different combinations. I would like if you could change and add hot honey to whatever. If you can do that, that'd be even better. Because I do like pepperoni and sausage with hot honey, but this is fire. Again, look how much damn... Sorry for showing my saucy fingers, but I'm not exaggerating. There's a ton of sauce on here. If I was comparing this to like chain pizza, which I think it is, especially for the $5 price point, this is like right there with those. And on that scale, 8. Like, normally I say Wawa's pizza is good, especially at night. This is a daytime pizza. Like, I can be seen in daytime with you. That's saying something. I get a regular drink, but I've been on a fountain drink kick lately. But this is Powerade Zero, and it costs for the extra large $2.79. And of course, I forgot to get a straw, but I do have it. Damn, that hits right now. It's really hot outside. That's why I wanted to come back to the studio and be in a nice, calm, controlled, air-conditioned facility. It's 93 degrees right now in New Jersey, which for me is too much for me, man. I know some of y'all live in like Texas where the heat is like this all the time, but y'all complain when it's 60 degrees because y'all ain't used to it. That's like that for us. This is their hot Italian. Again, $6. But I think I got the hot honey Italian actually. We just hot honeyed the hell out of this today. So everything that comes on a normal Italian, which is like the ham, salami, provolone cheese. I got mayo, hot honey, and then I got their sweet peppers and tomato. I'm gonna open up a bag of these chips after one bite. I don't know where they get their hot honey from, but it's good. It's thinner than the rest of the ones that I've had, namely like a Mike's hot honey. It's a little bit thinner, but I kind of like that because they seem to use more of it, and I can taste it a lot more on their products than I can in a lot of hot honey pizzas, etc. that I get from different places. I figured this one would go well, and this is one I've never had. So this is the Herge Crunch winner, year 1. So this is the first one. I didn't catch it until year 2. Long hots. You don't know what long hots are? They're exactly these, and a lot of like delis and places around here, and I'm guessing in Philly as well, because they have it on theirs. So long hots usually put on a sandwich. They're hot peppers. Sometimes they're roasted. Sometimes I've seen them a billion different ways, but I do long hots if they do offer them at some places. Not all, but there have been some deli videos I've done where I've gotten long hots on them. Let's try this one right here. I wasn't expecting the cheese. It's peppery, and then also jalapeno peppery kick. So like both, like pepper, and then jalapeno peppers. But that's why I got the bag immediately. There is provolone on here, which gives you the vibe of something that would be great for a sandwich topper, which actually has peppers and provolone on it. So it's like a perfect sandwich pal, companion. And Hersh does a lot of chips like that. I know they did sandwich pals, which is why I said that, where they had like a deli mustard and onion that you're supposed to put them on or with the sandwich. But I'm gonna try the second bite with the chips on it. Yeah. As a person who puts chips on a lot of his sandwiches, this is like a perfect sandwich, Italian sandwich specifically chip. It makes what I think is a pretty good Italian sandwich. Living where I live in New Jersey, there are way better Italian sandwiches than this. But on the go, at a convenience store, gas station, it's a good sandwich to get, especially like on a late night. Wawa sandwiches always do hit for me. And pairing that with that chip is crazy. Another bite here. Well, damn. Sandwich compared to sub chains, I would also give an 8. These chips, I give an 8.5. If you add them to a chip, which is I think the best way to get them, that's the way I would recommend doing them. Eating this as a chip alone, I don't think would be for everybody, but for people who kind of like that sandwich profile, this is a nice chip. Sandwich number 2, I ended up paying $6.59 because I added caramelized onions to it, which you'll see why in a second, but this cost $6.59. And the reason that I got it was similar to the Charlie's video that I did and the Arby's video. It kind of opened up a dialogue because I said that Arby's cheesesteak was better than Charlie's. And a lot of people mentioned Wawa's cheesesteak. So I ended up getting a Wawa cheesesteak. Now again, I added caramelized onions, so this cost $6.79. I also got jalapeno peppers, and I asked them to add some provolone, and I did some tomatoes on this as well. You don't pay extra for most things at Wawa. There are some premium condiments like there's bacon, pepperoni, double meat. Caramelized onions do cost a little bit extra, but just off eyeball view, this is a way better deal than any of the sandwiches I've seen so far. The question is, does it taste good? Because to me, I always say that price to performance isn't the most important thing, but it depends on why you go. It is important. I would say it's probably like 35%, but taste matters more than anything. I don't care if it's cheap, if it tastes like ass. So let's see what we got with this sandwich. It's not bad, but it has some things that I think are better than Charlie's, namely the fact that it tastes like something. But you can get a flavored cheesesteak at Charlie's too. But their cheesesteaks, their small is about this size. And so it's much more expensive. But you get a good amount of meat. This isn't double meat or anything in here. So there's a good amount of meat in here, good amount of caramelized onions and everything. The cheesesteak is just a little rubbery. Like, it tastes faker than the other places where it's chewy. And that would just make it a sandwich that I just wouldn't get before those two right away. But if I'm near a Wawa, I would definitely still eat this. This is more of like, to me, like a late night cheesesteak. I wouldn't like write home about this one. But for $6, if you're like on the go or something like that, you want something real quick, you can do a lot worse than this. And I will say, whatever funny meat it is, they give you a ton of it. Since I got them, let's get some of these fries that I no longer really kind of want. They're the seasoned fries that you get at like literally almost every deli around here. Or like restaurant. If they get these frozen fries, If they get these frozen fries, they're always going to be this 50 cents extra for the cheese sauce, which it's about 50 cents worth of cheese. That's really, like, really Cheese Whizzy. But since we try everything, let's do it. Maybe with everything else, it will help that. I'd rather not. I've said it before on this channel a ton of times. I just really don't care for Cheese Whiz. It's such like a flat cheese flavor to me that you have to add a lot of stuff to it or get a sandwich that's super busy in order to mask that, but it's really strong. With that one, like, yeah, no. This cheesesteak, if I'm rating against any cheesesteak, on a chain level is kind of like a mid-tier cheesesteak. I know Subway makes the worst cheesesteak for sure, but I would say definitely Jersey Mike's. It's not even like, I don't even think it's in this category, in my opinion. But when you start getting to Firehouse Subs, Arby's, Charlie's cheesesteaks, all their cheesesteaks are better than this. And it really just comes down to the fact that the meat is just really rubbery. You can definitely dress it up and work with it, but the quality of the meat is the cheapest, which is why the sandwich is probably the cheapest. So, on a chain scale, 5.5 out of 10. And while I do have you here, I've had both of these chips. Like I said, I picked both of these for the winner of the Hers Taste of Philly, flavored by Philly. I thought it was called Taste of Philly. We'll go with the year 2, tomato pie. This was controversial. I said I love these, and there were so many people that said it sucked. And I don't really know what they were expecting from it. To me, it tasted like this. It had a tomato pie taste, like really heavy marinara. If you don't like the taste of the marinara, maybe, but really heavy marinara sauce flavor with like a hint of like pecorino Parmesan cheese type of vibe. And a little sweet. I think these chips are delicious. I like these a lot. Man. No, what's funny is I've actually had the pizza on here. I got it for Super Bowl Sunday through Goldbelly. They captured this to a T. If you have to go back to my Super Bowl Sunday, go back to like February of this year and you'll see me getting this pizza, and I think I got barbecue. I did a video on it, and again, I said the same thing, a little sweet, little Parmesan on a potato chip. This is the winner of that year. I think it deserves it. I think these chips are good. Just understand, it doesn't just taste like marinara sauce. It tastes specifically like a sweeter Parmesan type, so maybe you won't like the taste of the marinara, but I think it's delicious. I give the chips a 9, and I'm standing by that. And then we got the loaded stromboli. This one is from Romano Stromboli. These are all from restaurants. This one is the Coropolisi Bakery. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Good. Stromboli. I love a good boli, and they do what looks like an Italian boli. So let's see what we got on these chips. This chip tastes like cold cuts. It's so weird, but cold cuts with a little bit of like, maybe they did the same provolone dusting, but that kind of spice you would get from like a salami or a pepperoni or something like that are all over these. I remember feeling like this. I was lukewarm on all 3 chips. I don't love these, but they were the best of the 3. I've had too many strombolis in my life to say it just captures the flavor of a stromboli. It more just tastes like kind of like an Italian sandwich. Kind of. But the long hots and the other ones are like light years better than this. This one I'll give a 7. But if you're going to get any of these chips, in my opinion, these are the best 2. Wawa's Hoagiefest to me is always like a dope thing because you get like a little bit cheaper sandwiches And I like the fact that they did add some more stuff to it this year. The hot honey pizza is also very good. I know this goes without being said. This is not a paid promotion. I do not do paid promotions on YouTube for food. Have not done it up until this point. So I know there's some people that may think that some company paid me. There's no way that Wawa would approve a video of me telling you that this was one of the worst cheesesteaks of any of the franchise cheesesteaks, if you think critically. I just want that to be said because anytime I do videos like this, people are like, oh, they had to have paid you. We don't do that here. And if I did, it would be plastered all over this video. I'm a person who's eaten a ton of Wawa in my life. I just enjoy it. And if they wanted to do something, I would have to be a sandwich that I would like, but I would for sure do it. I don't know about on YouTube, but definitely on the short form content as well. But I just wanted to do Wawa today. I was in the mood. I was like, you know what, it's hot as hell. Let's take it back to the studio just for today, and then we'll go back outside. But I hope y'all enjoyed. There's an outro on the first channel, so we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man, and hand signs. They made it to YouTube.